Hi, this is a getting started tutorial for timers and clocks version 1.2. In this video, we'll take a look at using the timer prefab. This prefab is actually just an empty game object with the timer script attached to it. So you can recreate these by just creating an empty game object and adding the timer script. So to use this script, you can set the various timer options. You can have the timer state set to counting or disabled. The timer will not run if it's set to disabled, and when time is up, it's automatically switched to disabled. There are 3 timer types. You can have a countdown timer, and the countdown timer will start at the start time, and it will count down to 0. The count up timer can start at 0 by default, or you can enable set count up start time to set a custom start time. Maybe we want to start at 3 seconds and finish at 20. And if that's disabled, we'll just start at 0 and stop at the finish time. The final option is count up infinite. For this option, the timer will start at 0 and count up infinitely. We can also enable use system time, and in this case, the timer will just read the system time. So all of these timer options can be output to timer text. You can output it to default Unity text or TextMeshProUGUI text. In this example, I'll just create some Unity text, and I'll increase the scale a little bit so we can see it. And I'll just center align it. From here, I will assign the text to the timer text default field under UI text output. And here we have some display options. We can toggle on and off days, hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. So we can only display what we're interested in, or we could display everything. So this is using the system time. So it's currently the 205th day of the year. It's 2 hours into the day, 3 minutes into the hour, 54 seconds into the minute, and the millisecond field. So if we want to maybe make a countdown timer and start at 10 seconds, we can have a couple events be fired off during that countdown timer. Let's start with 1, and we'll call this wave 1. So you could imagine this actually calling custom functions in your code or in your scene to trigger different types of events. So wave 1 will start at 8 seconds, and this will turn the directional light off. Next, I will just create a couple additional waves. So I'll create wave 2. And this one will turn the light back on. And then I'll also have wave 3. And this one will turn the light back off. So wave 1 is at 8 seconds, and we're counting down. Let's have wave 2 be at 5 seconds, and wave 3 be at 3 seconds. And we also have a time's up event that we can trigger. And for this one, we'll just turn the light back on. We can also set the time scale to 0, which would effectively pause the engine if we like, but I'll leave that off. And we have everything set for a 10-second countdown timer with multiple events that will be triggered. So that was wave 1, here's wave 2, there's wave 3, and that's the time's up event. And that's pretty much it. So you can create countdown timers, count up timers, you can count up infinitely, you can display system time, and there are also some additional utility scripts. And if this is something that maybe perhaps somebody that has a little less scripting experience but is looking for something to happen when the timer finishes, I'm including these utility scripts, and over time, as users make requests to do different things for times up events or time events, maybe they want to trigger something specific to happen. In this case, I have a destroy objects utility script and a scene loader utility script. So you can, for example, just add the destroy object scripts. And here you can create an array of objects you want to have destroyed. Maybe you want the directional light to be destroyed and the timer itself to be destroyed for some reason. When the time's up, we can add another event, make a reference to our own custom script, destroy objects, and we could select destroy objects, and it has a destroy function that will destroy all objects that are assigned to the destroy objects array. So here we'll run through the sequence again. And at the end of the sequence, the timer and the directional light should both be destroyed. And there we go. That's how you trigger custom events. Thank you for your time.